If I told you that your daily walk, yes, the habit you've proudly kept for years, still might not be enough to protect your strength, your independence, and even your brain after 60, how would that sound? It goes against what many of us were taught, doesn't it? But science is changing, and this, surgeon approved, may completely change how you think about staying steady and strong. A series of recent studies from the National Institute on Aging and the Mayo Clinic shows that targeted functional exercises can outperform walking on most measures of aging: muscle strength, fall prevention, even cognitive function, and they take less time. In this video, I'll take you through 5 simple but powerful exercises that are not just replacements for walking, they're upgrades. Whether you're 61 or 81, you deserve to feel strong, steady, and sharp in your own body. These are not just workouts, they're tools to reclaim your freedom each day. Stay to the end. Exercise number 3 alone changed the life of a 72-year-old viewer who once believed stairs were no longer for her. Before we begin, drop your name and the state you're watching from in the comments. I'd love to greet you and celebrate the start of your next chapter. Have you ever felt this? Getting up from a chair is harder than it used to be? You hesitate before a curb or a step, or you trip and your heart pounds because you're afraid of falling. I've worked with many patients from their 60s to their 90s, and I've learned this: what we truly want isn't just to live longer, it's to live independently. To open a jar on your own, to step up confidently, to catch yourself if you stumble. That's the quality and the freedom you deserve. Walking is good, very good, but it's only one piece of the puzzle. As we age, our bodies need smarter input: strength, coordination, reflexes, deep core control, and neural agility. The good news is that these 5 exercises are short, joint-friendly, and backed by recent research. They aren't just substitutes for walking, they're upgrades. Before we dive in, let me say this clearly: technique over tally. Slow, controlled, engage your core, and progress gradually. Safety is non-negotiable. If you have shoulder or wrist pain, a recent hip replacement, severe knee osteoarthritis, uncontrolled high blood pressure, or unmanaged back or neck pain, adjust the movement or speak with a professional before you dial up the difficulty, all right? Exercise 1. Counter push-ups. Incline push-ups at your kitchen counter. You might think push-ups are for 20-somethings, but after 60, upper body strength becomes one of the most important predictors of independence. Opening jars, pushing a heavy door, bracing yourself to stand, and crucially, catching yourself if you misstep. One morning, my patient Linda, 68, said, "Doctor, I can't get down on the floor for push-ups. My knees and wrists don't love that." We started at her kitchen counter, 3 sessions per week. Slow reps, core on, no sagging hips. 8 weeks later, she wasn't just opening jars more easily, her reflexes were better when her grandson barreled into her from behind for a hug. It sounds small, but that's freedom. Here's how to do it. Stand tall facing a sturdy counter. Hands shoulder-width apart. Step back until your body forms a straight line from head to heels. Lower your chest toward the counter slowly. Pause 2 seconds at the bottom. Press back up. Start with 6 to 8 reps, build to 12 to 15. The slower, the better. If your shoulders or wrists are sensitive, stand a bit closer to reduce the incline or use a wall to reduce load. A number that should make you pause. In just 8 weeks, training 3 times per week, many older adults improve upper body strength by about 42% and reaction time by 21%. Stronger and quicker, that's the duo that protects you from unexpected stumbles. If you're watching near your counter, try 6 reps now, and then tell me in the comments, did your chest and shoulders switch on? Did your back stay straight? Exercise 2. Straight leg raises. Rebuild the engine of your walk. We often blame the feet or the knees when walking feels heavy, but the real engine sits at the front of the thigh, the quadriceps and hip flexors. When they weaken, everything gets harder. Walking, standing up, climbing stairs. A recent study showed this. Training straight leg raises 4 times per week for 6 weeks can boost walking speed by about 22% and stair climbing by 35%. Those numbers aren't just neat, they change day-to-day life. I remember Raymond telling me, "I get to the shop's entry step and I just want to turn around." We started straight leg raises on the bed. His knees were sensitive and the floor was too firm. One knee bent with the foot on the bed, the other leg straight. Lift the straight leg 30 to 45 centimeters, hold for 3 seconds, lower slowly. 6 reps per side, then build. 3 weeks later, he messaged, "I don't avoid steps now. I pick the side with a handrail and I go." Strength returns quietly, but clearly. If your lower back wants to arch, lightly brace your belly and reduce the range. If you've had a recent hip replacement, ask your doctor or therapist before trying this. Speaking of foundations, there's a piece many forget that determines results: nutrition and recovery. Strength is built in training, but it's kept and upgraded in the kitchen and during sleep. For most older adults, aim for 1 to 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram per day. If you're dealing with muscle loss or unintentional weight loss, 1.2 to 1.5 grams per kilogram per day, spread across meals with 25 to 30 grams each. Vitamin D and calcium support strong bones, the dock your muscles anchor to. Hydrate and sleep 7 to 8 hours so your brain and muscles can package the positive changes. Have you noticed that on nights you sleep well, your exercises feel better? That's no coincidence. Exercise 3. Step-ups. Step onto a platform, step back into life. This is the exercise many of my patients laugh at first. It's so simple they can't believe it works. But its simplicity hits what matters most. It mirrors real life. Stepping onto a curb, a bus, a stair. Teresa once said, "Doctor, I've accepted the ground floor. Stairs scare me." We placed a low 10-centimeter platform in her kitchen with the counter for balance. Day 1 was just 6 reps per leg, slowly, heel heavy, controlled lowering. 4 weeks later, she wrote, "This week I climbed 12 steps. I rested once, then finished. I got up to my granddaughter's room." That was the day she reclaimed a whole floor of freedom. Here's how to do. Stand before a 10 to 20 centimeter platform. Step up with your right foot first, press through your heel, squeeze your glute. Bring the left foot up. Step down with control. Repeat 6 to 8 times per leg. If knees or hips are sensitive, choose a lower step, even 5 to 8 centimeters, and always have something to hold. Numbers to trust. Training step-ups 3 times per week can increase lower body strength by about 48% and more than halve fall risk. Not because it's magic, but because it trains strength, balance, and coordination at the same time, exactly what protects you in the real world. Measure progress at home so you can see yourself getting stronger. I often ask patients to use 3 simple tests. The 30-second sit to stand. How many times can you stand up and sit down from a safe chair in 30 seconds? The timed up and go. Stand up, walk 3 meters, turn, return, and sit. How many seconds? And single leg stance. With a light support nearby for safety, how long can you hold each side? Log your numbers and the date. Retest in 4 to 6 weeks. When the numbers inch up, motivation wakes up. Exercise 4. Wall sits. Sit on an invisible chair to build thigh and glute endurance. One subtle sign of aging is feeling heavy when rising from a chair. That's thigh glute endurance fading. Wall sits are small but mighty. You don't move much, but the fire lights up exactly where you need it. Lean your back against a wall, slide down until your thighs are roughly parallel to the floor, or shallower if needed. Hold 15 to 30 seconds, breathe steadily, rest. Repeat 2 to 3 sets. Long-term goal, 45 to 60 seconds with beautiful form. If you have uncontrolled high blood pressure, avoid breath holding completely. If knees are sensitive, go only part way down or place an exercise ball between your back and the wall to reduce load. Miguel said, "I hate squats." I replied, "Then we'll start with the wall." In week 2, he held 25 seconds and laughed, "Didn't think I could."
By week 6, he rose from the sofa without a groan. He told me, "My wife noticed first. She said, 'You're steadier.'" And the science backs that feeling. Just 3 sessions per week for 6 weeks can improve lower body endurance by about 55% and cut knee pain nearly in half. Even more interesting, brain imaging shows increased activation in the motor cortex, as if the brain is relearning to drive the body more efficiently. While you're building muscle, don't forget to build a safe home. Training makes you steadier. A safer environment means you don't have to test yourself too soon. Check for shoes with good grip and a stable heel. Remove loose rugs that curl. Add anti-slip tape. Brighten hallways and bathrooms. Add grab bars if you can, and tidy cables. A patient once told me, "Doctor, the exercises make me confident,
But decluttering my home means I'm not rolling the dice." I couldn't agree more. Exercise 5. Dead Bug, Deep Core, Brighter Brain. The name is playful. The movement looks a bit funny. But this is my favorite for people over 60 for 2 words: cross-coordination. When your right arm and left leg move in opposite directions, your brain has to chat across both hemispheres. That affects balance, torso control, and even the clarity of your thinking. Lie on your back, arms straight up, hips and knees at 90 degrees. Lower your right arm and left leg slowly towards the floor. Keep your lower back gently in contact with the mat and your belly braced. Return and switch sides. Perform 5 to 8 reps per side, slowly and with control. If your back wants to arch, reduce the range or start by moving just the arms or just the legs. Janet, 66, used to misplace her kitchen knife while cooking. We added Dead Bug at the end of her sessions. 8 reps per side, slow, back flat. 2 months later, she said, "I still forget sometimes, but less. And I can stand at the sink longer without my back complaining." No miracles, just deep core and brain doing their jobs better. Numbers to motivate you. With this kind of cross-pattern core work, many people improve balance by around 38%, reduce back pain by 26%, and increase connectivity between the brain's hemispheres. That's why I call it disguised brain training. Walking remains a fantastic base for your heart, mood, and social connection. But to protect everyday life, standing up, climbing a step, turning and catching your balance, you need more targeted inputs: upper body strength, thigh-glute power, deep core control, reflexes, and neural coordination. When you add these 5 exercises to your week, you'll likely notice curbs feel less intimidating. Getting up requires fewer grunts. Sunday jam jars open more easily. And most importantly, you trust your body more. Let me ask you, which movement do you want to improve most this year? Stairs? Standing up smoothly? Holding your balance while turning? Tell me in the comments. I read every word. This isn't just a channel, it's a community. Golden rules to keep things safe and effective: slow, controlled, core engaged, and progressive. Form first, reps later. Sharp pain, numbness, or dizziness? Stop. A gentle workout burn or mild muscle fatigue is normal. In your first week, keep it light, 10 to 15 minutes, 3 sessions per week. Over time, your body will ask for more. If you're on medicines that slow heart rate, like beta blockers, lean on perceived exertion and blood pressure rather than heart rate targets. To make it easy, here's a simple 20-minute plan 3 times per week. Session A, counter push-ups, 2 sets of 8 to 12 reps. Straight leg raises, 2 sets of 8 to 12 per side. Dead bug, 2 sets of 6 to 8 per side. Session B, step-ups, 2 sets of 6 to 10 per side. Wall sits, 2 to 3 sets of 20 to 40 seconds. Dead bug, 1 to 2 sets of 6 to 8 per side. Session C, repeat A or B based on how you feel, and add 10 to 20 minutes of easy walking as a spice. Pro tip, split it into 3 mini doses of 5 minutes, before breakfast, after a short walk, and before evening wind down. You'll be more consistent than trying for one 15-minute block.
A touch of science without the jargon. Incline push-ups improve strength and reaction time, not just because muscles get stronger, but because the nervous system learns to recruit them faster and in better sync. Straight leg raises turn on the quads and hip flexors, the tugboats of your stride, which helps with speed and stairs. Step-ups are a total body coordination drill. Glutes, thighs, calves, core, eyes, ears, brain working together, so fall risk drops. Wall sits build endurance isometrically, very close to what you need for repeated chair stands. Dead bug boosts crosstalk between brain hemispheres because the diagonal pattern forces the brain to coordinate both sides of the body. The numbers, about plus 42% upper body strength, plus 21% reaction time, plus 22% walking speed, plus 35% stair ability, plus 48% lower body strength, greater than 50% fall risk reduction, plus 55% lower body endurance, minus 26% back pain, and improved brain connectivity aren't promises for every individual, but they're strong signals that the body after 60 responds beautifully when trained well and consistently. A safety reminder so you can train with confidence. Sore shoulders or wrists, reduce the incline or use a wall. Recent hip replacement, speak to your doctor or therapist before straight leg raises or step-ups. Severe knee osteoarthritis, lower platform, smaller range, shallow wall sits. Uncontrolled high blood pressure, no breath holding. Back or neck pain, favor dead bug with smaller movements and keep the back flat. You know your body better than anyone. Treat it like a friend, patient, respectful, but not overly indulged. If you've stayed with me this far, let me say this slowly. You are not too old. You are simply not yet trained the right way. Each time you lean into the counter for an incline push-up, each slow straight leg raise, each careful step-up, each second on that invisible chair, each cross-body dead bug rep, you reclaim a piece of your freedom. We're not here to fade, we're here to grow stronger, inside and out. If this helped, please like, subscribe, and comment. This year, I want to improve stairs, standing up smoothly, holding my balance while turning. And if there's someone you care about who needs this, share the video with them. I'm Dr. Robert Ellis. I'll see you in the next video where we'll do a follow-along count-out version of today's session so you can just press play and move with me. We progress one rep at a time and we go together.